Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome back to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we're back with another tier list of publisher logos. And we were just kind of putting a list of these together and ended up with a ton of them, like I think over 150 of them. So we've decided to actually split this into multiple videos, doing about I think 50 at a time, roughly. So if your favorite publisher logo is not in this list. It might be in one of those future videos, so you'll have to subscribe so that you can see those when they come up. Yeah, let us know in the comments below which ones you really like. We might, as we're making these, I think we're going to probably film these mostly back to back, so we might just have to come back for maybe another set if people recommend a bunch of them that we did not get
Yes.
in over the course of 3 videos at least. Um, so definitely subscribe to see them all, but let us know in the comments below which ones you really like, which ones we are totally wrong on here. Obviously, this is very subjective as to what we like. It doesn't necessarily mean anything against the publisher. It's
Yeah.
just how we see it, how we like it, and I guess we've made an agreement, according to Pepper,
Yeah.
that whoever has the higher ranking, that's what we're going with.
Yes. To make it so we don't spend 20 minutes debating why this should be C tier and why
And
this
that's
should
why I'm
be
going
C
to do
tier.
a 30-minute intro. So that we will try to be fast, but we definitely, if it wasn't already taken, we'd be called the Board Game Ramblers,
Yes.
as you may
Well,
know if you've watched any of our content before.
yes. So first up, we have Leader Games, which actually is on a dark background, but some of it is transparent and it is black letters, so it might be at a disadvantage here.
Yeah, it's definitely not helping it.
No.
But
So blame me for not getting the file with the white background built in. So I may have
I
a thing or
will.
two against Leader Games. Uh,
Yeah, I think uh, I don't know that this one is that exciting for me. It's fine. I'd probably put this one in like a C tier,
yeah,
kind of one of the lower ones. As we were going through these, I realized there's a lot of them that I really, really like, and I would say in comparison, this one it's not
yeah,
off-putting, but
yeah. I
it's
mean, it does something with its letters, which a lot of
yeah,
them that are basic letters are just very boring, and this actually is interesting, kind of with the triangular nature of it, but. At the same time, it can't compare with something with some awesome artwork or something really, really clever. So I agree with C tier. Then we go on to Hooch is another one with just letters. And it does do something interesting, kind of has a reflection of the letters and a hopping U. So if you're going just letters, this is like about as good as you can go, as interesting. Is it still just a C though?
yeah, that's what I was debating. I'm between a B and a C for this one. It does have that fun little U, which
It
I
makes me
think is
happy, so
it does
I'll
it.
put it in
I
a
agree.
B. I'll put it in a B for now.
Yeah, I would agree.
And we got R&R Games. This one's always been a little weird. Oh, they're making up a face.
Yeah, I see that they are doing trying to do something interesting, but I don't know that it works for me. I don't know that I like what it's doing. It's like you said, just a little strange, a little weird. This one for me is probably like a D, unfortunately. I don't really love it. It's just
Yeah.
it just doesn't quite work, unfortunately, but I do see what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I'd probably put a D as well, which I think there are levels way below these for ones that maybe we just don't know, publishers we don't know, or just totally basic. It is above that, I guess. It is more interesting, but yeah, it's a little creepy. And then if I look at just the inside, it's kind of like a Lego head, but it's not. It's
Right.
like a nightmare fuel. Uh, but
Speaking of
then
Nightmare Fuel,
yes, all those tails going into a bush. What is going on? What are they looking for in there? Fun tails. I think
I
we
always
all
saw it
know.
as like a smoke monster.
Oh, it could be. Oh, yeah, it's
But
not bush. It's like a big scuffle.
Cloud,
Scuffle cloud. That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. Uh, this is a nice one. I like this one.
I like this one as well. I don't know that it's like necessarily top tier for me, but it's either really high B or A tier, I think.
I think I'll put it into the A here. I do prefer it over Hooch, just by a little bit, just
Yeah.
for the content in it. Um, onto Super Meeple. I've always really liked the Super Meeple logo. The red is really nice and simple, but it's different. You know what it is. It's a Super Meeple.
Yeah, for me, this one's kind of been another one, sort of like the R&R games. I've never really liked this one that much. Um, so this one for me is low C, maybe D. I don't think it's. I do like that they kind of have that superhero font to go with
Yeah.
it. So I do like that they did that. So that's why, yeah, it's another one. It's not like it's just totally bad or anything. I just
Yeah, I could be
personally
skewed
don't love
because
it.
on some games that I do like, but we're gonna I'm putting this up into A. That's the feeling I get from it. So we're having this
Wow,
rule. I am taking full advantage of
you
this
are taking
rule.
advantage. I thought maybe you'd put it in the B,
I
kind of in
for
between, which I
Yeah,
would be fine with.
you would be fine with B, but we're putting it. I want you to fire back at me just as hard with this.
Well, we will see about this next one. What your thoughts are.
Thunderworks, where it's pretty much the O is a little Batista belly button tattoo kind of thing going on here. That's what
Exactly
I
what it
think
is.
of. I thought I liked this logo more. I think I like it when it's on the box, but seeing it here, it's just not drawing me in. This is probably like a C for
It
me.
is kind of funny that you say that because I've always liked it on the boxes too, and I don't know what it is about it seeing it like here by itself, but it doesn't quite grab me as
I
much as I thought
I
it
think it's
did.
it's long, so I think it frames the box very well,
Yeah.
and the artwork. But
And I usually like their games, so it's a little bit of bias, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like it looks better on the boxes. I don't know why by itself here it does not look as appetizing. Here it kind of looks more like a C, but really want to put it in the B because I do like the little Batista belly button thing. But yeah, maybe it looks better on the box than kind of on its own there.
we'll put it high C. On to 25th century games.
And this is another one that I tend to like on the box.
Yeah,
And
I
I
don't
don't
think they
know.
had that great of like colors for the pictures here for
Uh,
on BGG for 25th century games. They had one, I think it was in like a border, which I think probably looked better, but this is more of a basic, just the logo. I like that there's the spaceship in the five.
no,
That's
no.
that's a really nice detail, and I as well do like it on the box. So I'd probably put this at a B at least. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I suppose it could go in the B. I think, yeah. I feel like this is like one of the worst versions of it that I've seen.
Yes.
So I don't know that it maybe is judging it badly if I don't give it a little more credit. So yeah, I think it can go in B. But if it was only this version, this kind of grayish
Yeah.
version, it would probably be down in the C or
Yeah, I
D.
think are they ones, do they change the color for like what game it's on?
I feel like they have because I feel like this is not the only color I've seen, but I could be
Yeah.
wrong. And I think that's maybe the same with like Thunderworks. I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like it's not like just black and white like this.
Yeah, I feel like it's like, is it gold sometimes? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But speaking of gold, we have a crown here in Queen games.
we do. It's a
Ooh,
big old Q.
is it even a Q? It doesn't even like jut down there. It's supposed to be a
Yeah,
Q.
that's true. I've always thought it was a Q, but yeah, now looking at it closely, it just looks like an O, which then really hurts it because that then totally takes away from it, I think.
Yeah, but I guess it's an upside down Q maybe with the peg holding on to the crown. This one I've always thought of like, oh, old, because I've just seen it ever since we got into the hobby. It's on all these classic games. But as I look at it here, I'm like, it's actually a really nice logo. Um,
Yeah,
I would put it at least B. I mean, like it's almost feels iconic where I'm like, I almost want to put it into A. What are you thinking?
it is. There is an iconic part to it, but yeah, I think I'd keep it in B. It's just really making for me Super Meeple seem way out of place here, but I guess if you want that in the A,
I feel like Super Meeple, if it's when it's on the box, it doesn't have
it
like this
does
big
look
white.
better than that white background.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. I
Just
think the
know
white
that,
background hurts it. I like it to pop on the box.
yeah, I think it maybe hurts some of these other ones too.
Yeah, I can move
So
it down. We'll move it down there.
you could put it in the A. You
We'll
wanted
see.
it in the A.
We'll
I might
see.
have to use that to my
We'll
advantage.
see. Now you've lost the ammo. What about Half a Kingdom Games?
I feel like this is another one I liked better on the box. I don't know if it's black and white. Um,
Yeah.
I I think I like this one. It's kind of, I don't know, it's got a
Yes, yeah, let's
strong presence to it. I don't.
putting it up here so we can see it. We put everything into the S tier so we look at it.
That's true.
Um,
I like this one decent amount, but yeah, I think it at highest it would be B for me.
yeah,
Probably in this black and white form, it could go down to C with Thunderworks.
yeah, I mean, I like the idea of like, is the die kind of like cut in half, but I don't know if it's represented in a way that I really like it. It doesn't pop very much for me.
Hmm.
It's very just neutral and,
Well, maybe it is black and white.
oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
For some
Yeah,
reason, I remembered liking it more, but
I'm B or C, really. I guess the
I
way
could probably put that in C.
yeah, okay, let's put it in C. C is full of the biggest, longest ones. That uh row is gonna expand here. So but will Alley Cat explode or what do you think of Alley
Expanded.
Cat? Expand. I couldn't think of the word, I just said it. This is a good one. I like Alley Cat.
I like this one quite a bit as well, especially on the boxes. I think, yeah, some of these with the, this had been a transparent one, I think it'd look even better. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, I like this one quite a bit. So I'd probably put this one.
I wouldn't
I
put
think, do I like it more than Fun Tales or less?
I like I like the bright colors of Funtails. I like that it has
Yeah.
maybe a little more pop with that green, but it's a good
Okay.
mix in Alley
I'd
Cat.
probably put Alley Cat right behind Fun Tales personally.
Yeah, I'd probably put it about there as well. And this is the one that I just saw. I forget what they made for, but Office Dog. I was like, that's kind of a cool logo, and I've never really seen it before. Some game brought it up, and I saw it, and I guess it's a pretty nice logo. It's a dog. I like dogs. It obviously doesn't have like the iconic feel of some of these other ones that I am used to seeing a lot of the time, so it probably hurts it a little bit, but I'd put
Yeah,
it B.
if I'm not thinking about it in those terms of iconic
Yeah.
old school Queen games or whichever other ones, I'd probably I'd put this in A tier as well. I do like this
Yeah.
one quite a bit. I'd probably put it above the cat.
You put it above dogs over cats. I agree. And then, ooh, we have, what is this? Paverson
I think so.
Games. Oops.
I don't know if it typically has its name with it. I'm
It
not
does sometimes.
sure.
It
Okay.
does sometimes, I think.
Okay. Um,
Yes.
I mean this one looks really grand. It makes it look like a classic feel, almost like a maybe a family crest or seal.
Yeah.
So depending on what the games are and knowing the games that they make, I think it really makes sense for their style. But yeah, otherwise too, I really like the look of this one. Um, would I put it in S tier? I don't know if it does enough for me to be S tier. What did you think?
I think yeah, on a box like distilled, it looks great. But like by itself, like I feel like it should be shinier. Like it's not obviously you can't really give shiny gold over just colors and printed very well. But I'm like, that's what I feel like I should be seeing to really get that royal nature of it. So then it just kind of feels a little too flat in
Yeah.
this way of viewing it. Where on the boxes, I think it does look really good, kind of compared to the artwork. So I think it does look better with the name next to it as well. So I'd probably put it in this form, probably a B.
I can agree with that.
Okay, so you want B. So, but yeah, on the box, I remember it looking really nice on on distilled, right? They did
Mhm.
distilled, or am I
Yep.
just making up memories here?
I think they did Distilled, and then now they recently did Luthier, which feels like another one that it makes
Oh, yeah.
sense on. I believe they did that one.
Yeah. Ooh, Last Night Games. And this always in the kind of in that top right corner of the
I think
box.
so.
Um, I I like that. I mean, the logo fits perfectly up there. It's kind of cut
I
on,
agree.
it's kind of
I
sketchy
like this
looking.
one.
It's very artistic.
Yeah, this one just works for me. It's kind of like I don't know if we have them in this round of them, but the Ravensburger triangle at the bottom, this one up in their top, it just works for me. I really like, I don't know why, what makes this one stand out versus some of the other ones, but yeah, I think this one just really works. And this is upper tier B for me, possibly sneaks into the A.
I'm right there as well. I'm for sure B, for sure B. For some reason it just looks good. I'm like, there's a version probably not that different looking than this that's just like, that doesn't look that great, but they just nailed it with the font and everything. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Maybe right at the top of B for now. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how this shakes up.
And then a board and dice.
And I think theirs kind of changes based on the box as well.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
usually I think like a transparent, it's not like this white background here. So
Yeah.
I think it depends kind of what their box is. They kind of change the color based on that.
Yeah.
And it might just be bias liking their games. That one right up here. Oh, maybe they do use that color
I've seen
a
it
little
in
bit, but
red.
it's not.
Okay. Okay, so that's kind of like the inverse of these colors. The red's flipped to the other side. So you're thinking a high one here because
I like their. It's tough. If I'm looking at just this, it's not as high. I just know when I've seen it on some of their boxes, I've really liked it.
Yeah.
So that might be a little bias. But I guess if I'm just looking at only this version of it, then it probably falls into the B.
You fall into the B. Well, I love this logo. I think this might be the all-around best logo we've looked at here today. It's framed really well. It's simple. You know what it is. It says board and dice. It's not this hard to pronounce name. I almost want to put it into S tier. I don't
Yeah.
know. And I mean, it's supposed to be abducting this meeple, which I don't know if I actually see that unless I look at it. I'm like, it's also got
Yeah.
a part of it that I'm like, what are they sticking up the bottom of that dice? That's what I see here, and I'm like, then it's weird, and it might hurt it a little bit there, but I'm like, just the simplicity, but also not basic logo makes me want to put it into S tier. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm fine with that. I just didn't want to be biased because
Yeah.
I know I'm kind of thinking of it as a box one. So um, I guess if I think we should maybe go on that if we can remember boxes that. So to me, then I think we need to move Thunderworks up to that B.
Okay. Yeah, we'll throw that up there.
So
Ooh.
I think it looks better on boxes.
Yeah. Yep.
Some of these we might not know what they look like on boxes. I don't know. I think these ones we own games, so we've probably seen it. But
Yes. Yep. Then we go on to Eggert Spiel. They've had a couple logos through the years. This one's kind of hard. It's far in there. It's very small in this little picture here. It's a nice little fox. Kind of the tail going one way, the head aiming the other way.
mhm,
I'd say it's pretty solid.
I
It's
would agree.
for sure. It might creep into A. I'm
Yeah,
not
I've
sure.
always liked Eggert Spiel's logo, even when they had. I think they had just like more of the face of the fox at one point. I liked it when it was that. Um, I like this one as well.
Yeah.
I would put it in A.
Okay. And then Ninth Haven Games. Makes me think of Dice Tower. We kind of have the NH 3D object there is like a big blue tower, and I'm like, interesting. It's it's cool. I like
Yeah,
that blue logo. I guess I don't know if the big name to the right is always with it or not. Um, if it was just that blue logo with those stars, it's probably a B, I would say.
yeah, I, I would agree. I think so.
Ooh, Bezier Games. You got the
Talk about a
werewolf.
classic.
That is a pretty classic. That is a classic logo there, and I
Do
do
I like it though?
you like it?
It always makes me think of werewolf is the thing, and that's the only thing it makes me think of, which is
Mm,
unfortunate because they also have like what Suburbia and
Suburbia, and another one. I forget.
Castle is it, no Palace is it Castle Mad King Ludwig? One of those they
Oh yeah,
have, I think.
yeah.
Um, it is a very solid one, but it's all it makes me think of. So I don't know if that's a good thing.
Ooh, I don't think it's S tier. Is it even A tier? It's
It might be B tier.
yeah, yeah. It might be. It's really good though. It's really good. Get a little bit of green in there. And it is sometimes a black logo. I just was like, that's not going to look good at all on this format. Uh, so I had to
Right.
go with the white. And then we go with
Okay, well, no discussion on this one.
Roxley. That's S tier. I mean,
That that's one of my favorite, I think.
that is
We might at
something
some
good.
point do like once we've done all of these ones, we might take like all of our S and A tiers and maybe do
Oh
like
yeah.
a bracket thing maybe to find our
Ooh,
favorite one of them all. If you guys think
that
that's
is
interesting, let us know in the comments below. But no, I think this one's going to be in the running if we do that because
yes.
yeah, this is I I really love that
Yeah,
logo.
yeah. Maybe for each series we can wipe out all the things, but leave the S tier in there from the previous videos, possibly, and just have it be the Hall of Fame level of things.
It's true.
On to Repos
Which is another
production.
classic feeling one.
I always think like a kids game logo, and I don't really think of it much, but it's pretty good. You know, sombrero type of wearing card with a mustache, a nice bright green background is pretty cool. I
It's actually better than I remember it,
that's
and
I think that's at
I,
least an A.
I'd put that in A for sure. And then I I don't think I could argue against S if someone
Yeah,
wanted an S.
yeah,
Pretty
I'll put
good.
it. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with this one. I'll put it top of A. We might have to move that up. We might have to move that up. Foxtrot Games. I'd like it maybe a little less just lines and shapes, maybe just
Hmm.
a little more detail. And it's cool. Um, but maybe the orange just isn't as bright as I remember seeing it on some games here. But it's nice. It's pretty nice. It's a good one.
I actually like the cleanness of this one quite a bit, and
Yeah.
I'd probably put this in A tier. But
Okay. It's a good one. I can't argue against A tier. I thought I liked
I
it. I'm just not liking it as much as I thought I did. I think it's just the orange is maybe a little too brown or a little more brown than I was thinking.
yeah, for Foxes I would pick that one over the Eggert Spiel.
Oh, yep.
I don't know. Would you do that? No, you'd pick Eggert Spiel.
Um, I mean, I do like the cleanness of it. It is very different from Eggert.
They are very
I
different.
would say they're pretty close. It's probably a better logo just to have it just nice, simple, printed on the box. The Foxtrot's probably a little bit higher. Karma Games. It's just a logo. It's like, I don't know, an ear of corn is what I see. And it's not really like dice or cards or anything like that to where it's like, oh, I see something there. It's just kind of a
Hmm.
logo. And I think that might hurt it a little bit, but it also helps it because it's not trying to do too much.
I would agree.
Heavy, I guess, it's probably B. It's not that inspiring, but
Yeah, I'd probably put it in B as well.
and ooh, Plaid Hat Games. I've always thought highly of it, but now that
I
I look
agree.
at it, I'm like, I thought it was more polished than it is.
I agree. There's something about looking at it like on its own here that I'm like, this now the hat like for some reason does not look like it mixes with the dye to me as much. But definitely on a box, like yeah, when we are coming up to plaid hat here, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember really liking this one. But yeah, the die now isn't.
Yeah. I feel like they need to like just revisit and kind of rework it, make it sh a little shinier, a little
Mhm,
more rounded maybe with the die.
I would agree.
Um,
So yeah, this one might
Counter.
actually end up in C when I would have at first thought it'd be right up there.
I feel like, ooh,
Or do
C.
you like it more than
Maybe
that?
B. I'll put it up into B. Although we probably need to put it in C. There's not many down there. Kayenta Games. Which looks kind of like a little painting of a canyon or something in there with the KG.
Yeah, I don't like this one very much.
Yeah, I'm not a big
They
fan.
have an amazing game that is Obsession. But I'd probably put this in D. I don't love it that much at all,
Yeah,
personally. Maybe you like it more than that, Pepper, if you wanted to put it higher, but that one for me is probably a D.
I I don't know. Like it's a thing that gets helped because you see it more, and it's like, oh, it's different than the
It
rest.
is different. Maybe it's
So
just the fact that too that I'm like, yeah, I don't know. There's probably some history about it that I don't know, but I'm like, I don't know. Their biggest game is Obsession. I don't know
yeah,
how that connects to that logo at all, and
yeah,
I don't know how this logo connects to board gaming.
yeah,
Maybe it's not supposed to. I'm
yeah.
not sure.
Just it kind of looks like a colorized back of a quarter or something. Like, oh, here's
Right. It looks like,
Montana
yeah,
or
this is a,
something.
yeah, that's
Which
that's exactly right.
there we go. But now R&R has some company. Pegasus Spiel. It's a pretty good logo.
It is a
Pegasus,
pretty good
well
logo.
done. It's not too complicated, not too simple, easy to tell what it is. But I don't think it really breaks into the top tier. I'd probably put it B, maybe, looking at it now.
Yeah, I'd probably put it in B as well. Um, is it usually on like a red background?
It might be. Might be.
Am I thinking wrong? Yeah, it's a fine logo, but yeah, I don't know if on its own it's like top tier for me.
Yeah. What about Matago, which just used to kind of be like a treasure chest opening up type of logo, which I think looked a little older, but I think is a more interesting concept. This one looks fresh and new, but it's not that interesting to me. I mean, it's got a cat, but other than that, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say for board game, I don't know, it doesn't. It's not the most exciting.
Yeah.
I'd probably maybe put it in the C, possibly. Yeah, I definitely. 'Cause I was recently looking at some of the logos in our collection, and I did see the old school one of theirs, and I liked that one a little bit better, I think.
Yeah. Comment if we need to include the old one or if we need to go back and get a bunch of old ones to rank in the future. And we go on to old Everdell, Starling Games, or whatever that is called. I looked at this and I'm like, is this a new version? Because this is not what it looked like on the box. And then I went and I looked at the Everdell box and I'm like, nope, that's exactly what it looks like.
It is exactly what it looks like. I I like what it looks like, but I don't know that I like it as a logo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it needs like probably like it needs a letter or it needs something in there to like really tell me, hey, this is a company. This is a logo for something because it's a really cool bird.
It is.
I like the stars, but
Like I
maybe
said, I
like
mean, I could see myself having like wall art of this one possibly, but I don't. It doesn't quite, yeah, pull me in as what company is this? What is going on here?
yeah, and
So
kind
I
of
guess in that case, I'd put it in like the C. But I mean, I like the artwork itself. But
yeah, I like the artwork and like the artwork probably yeah it goes up to A or S, but as a logo like even like I said I didn't like I knew what it was just from far out, but that's kind of usually how I see it on the Everdell thing, and I would just say it's like a blue bird blob of something, like it's not totally defined, just because it kind of has that misty background. Uh, which I don't know. It's good though. Oh boy, Garphill Games. Is it staying up there in S? I can't argue again. I mean, it's
I
got to
like
be
this one quite a bit. I
really good.
it's hard because yeah, I just have gotta keep it. I think it's at minimum an A for me still, even though I have a very big bias for liking Garfield games. I really like the
Yeah,
Robin. I think it works, and they work the colors together with their,
yeah.
Garfield. Um, so I think it's the kind of the complete package. I think it's just the right sizing. So
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
um,
I mean, you have the colors. It's a simple way to do a bird. They're not putting in a bunch of detail like the Starling games, but they kind of just go with the colors. It's not just a plain color. It kind of fades to a little darker at the bottom, and like there's just enough there to make it worth it. Will last. It's not going to ever look like, oh, this is old or this is too simple. It's not too complicated. It's a great logo. It's a great logo, and it's iconic because it is Garfield. So I'd put it up there in S.
okay.
Ooh, very iconic as well. The Portal logo. But is it great?
Yeah, like seeing it by itself, but we did say on covers or on box covers
I like it
possibly.
on covers. I do like it on covers.
It is unique in that way, but I don't believe it says like Portal
No.
by it. So does it need to? Does it need to say that? I don't.
I
I think that hurts it for me enough to go down to an A or B, but it is iconic and it's different, and I still know who it
yeah,
is when I
yeah,
see it.
that's
It's
true.
it's
That's true.
consistent. I believe it's always looking like this.
Yeah.
So
I think it works. I think it works. We can throw it up into the A category.
okay.
Ooh, come on. Simon. It's a pretty good logo. That's a pretty
It's
good
a it's
logo.
it's a really good one.
That is a good
It's
one.
S tier. I
That
think
is S tier.
as much as people hate on CMON, I think their logo is an S tier. I think this one also sometimes changes with their boxes,
Yep, yep.
and I've always found it to be a really good one. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's S tier.
Getting a lot of big players up at the top.
They are.
Okay, we got La Boute de Joie. It's it's not S tier, probably not A tier. It's probably B or C.
Yeah, I could see putting it down into C.
Yeah, maybe C.
It's like a box, but I don't know that I
Yeah, I
love
like
it.
it enough. I liked all the words. They're fun to attempt to say and say horribly.
That's true.
On to a
Ooh, Devere
Devere. Ooh, this one always on the edge of
on
that
this edge
bottom.
and the side, sideways. Um, so
Hmm.
this one also makes me think of the Ravensburger based on yeah how they place it. Um, it's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I'd
not
maybe
S
put it
tier
in.
for me.
Yeah, I would agree.
I I
I'd
don't
maybe
think
put.
I'd put it A tier. I mean, I don't know. It does take up a lot, and it kind of can be frustrating sometimes because it
It
takes
is a
away
little
from the
overwhelming on the box
artwork
sometimes.
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm fine with you putting it down into B. I might. Would I put it in A?
The
I may
logos,
not
the,
make it
the
A.
logo, the icon is pretty good.
I think now that I'm looking. I'd probably, unless depending on what you want, I'd put Eggerspiel down into B.
Okay, we're putting Eggert into B. Would you move De Vere up into A or leave it in B?
I'd leave it in B.
Okay. And we got a Schmidt Spiel. I don't like this one. I
I
don't
don't
like
like
this
this.
one. It's
I don't like this one at all.
a big old blob of color,
I don't
distracting.
think those colors work together.
Uh,
It's
I'm
yeah,
putting that
that's
down at
a
the bottom.
yeah. I agree.
Okay.
Cosmo's another one of those that has the, but
Yeah.
it might be my favorite one.
It's
That
just
does
little.
that.
It's not taking up any extra space.
I agree.
It's like a little tag, just like this, just like it's a little tag on the end of CMON. I'm like, That's what it does. And I think it is the best of that. It is just letters though, so I'm like, it can't possibly go as high as A, can it?
I think it's an A tier. I
It's
think that
A
one
tier.
is
I
an A
really like.
tier.
It's so satisfying to slot it in here, and it's
It
just a
is a
tiny
very
little thing.
satisfying one. It's very good.
It
That's
is.
why, even though it is just like block letters, I think it is that good.
I
It's kind
like
of
it.
like the Simon one. Somehow,
Yeah.
some of them are just that good.
Oh,
Lucky Duck
this is nice.
Games. I think that's S
Um,
tier.
yeah, I could see that. I don't know if I'd put it that high, but I can't really argue against it. It looks really nice for sure.
Yeah.
Does he have teeth, that duck? Oh my goodness.
Evil
Yeah.
Duck.
Asmodee. Speaking of evil, um, it's kind of Schmidt Spiel, but exploded with all these kind of colors here.
I think
It,
it works better than that, but it's
yeah,
very
for sure.
modern, big corporation feeling.
Yeah, yeah, totally. That's just the logo giving you that, not actually Asmodee owning everything.
Who knows? I mean, I could have maybe said that about Simon then too, but I don't think they're nearly as big as Asmodee.
Yeah, it does
Um,
it, and they kind of do
but
everything
it's
for him
probably, I think
separate.
it's a little bit better than D. I would put that in C. Or are you putting it in A?
Oh, I ain't putting it. I'm not putting it in A.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll
I'd put
put
it
it.
in the bottom of B or C.
I'll throw it in B for now.
Okay.
Awakened Realms, which is the best picture they had on BGG. I'm like, it's tiny. At least it blew it up here a little bit. Um, it's all right. It's
Yeah, it's
just a
fine.
logo, really, to
Yeah,
me.
it's probably one of my least favorite ones. I'd have to, I
But
mean, if we're trying to get more in the C or D potentially to even it out a little bit, I think that one's one that doesn't inspire me very much.
yeah, Aaliyah. I don't really like this one very much. It just feels old, and I mean it
It
is
does feel
because
old.
it's that way. So it has a classic feel. I'd probably go D or C.
I'd make you bump that one into C. I think it is older feeling, but I think it still somehow holds up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Luckily, all of its games are beige as well, so it blends right in. Now that I'm looking at it, I think I do prefer the Repos production to the Lucky Duck. So if Lucky Duck is in S tier, I think we move Repos production up to S tier. It's been growing on me this whole video. This is the most shocking twist of today, is seeing that one that I've seen for years and thinking it's S tier.
That is interesting because I myself was just thinking, huh, I feel like Lucky Duck might need to go down to A.
I was thinking that too. I'm like, I think that's above that. I think, yeah, I guess I've never really looked closely. I'm like, is it like a skeleton duck? What is going on? He's kind of Halloween creepy.
Yeah,
But he was cuter
yeah. The
than
more
that.
I look at it, I don't know. Maybe I would put it at A. I think we can
I'll,
move.
I'll put it down to A.
There we go.
Can't put it on the end. Cosmos has to be on the end. That is so good there.
That's true.
Uh,
It could be the right before Cosmos and ruin both.
oh, my goodness. But then moving on to Restoration Games. Slotted up here, not locking in, but it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one.
I like this one a lot.
It's an R. It's kind of got a dice look to it, and it is restoring. It's kind of painting it, fixing it up. That's what they do. You got a
I think
shirt.
that's where it really works for me. I like it because it's unique and that it kind of plays to what it says it is without being too much, too overwhelming. Because yeah, calling yourself Restoration Games and trying to put that into a logo that doesn't like overwhelm, doesn't isn't like too much is kind of crazy that they were able to pull that off in a pretty clean way.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, they packed all of it. They packed the emotion, the heart of the company into this logo. That is pretty impressive. I don't know if it's S tier though. I think it's an S
yeah,
tier accomplishment that they were able to do that, but
that's true.
a look
Yeah,
wise,
I
it's
think
not.
it might be top of A or top of B or bottom of A is where I'd maybe put that.
Again, I don't know what it looks like. What does it look like on a box? Because I'm like, I try to remember what it looks like on the unmatched box, and I only see the unmatched logo. I don't even remember what it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Unmatched is way down at the other end of the
So
hallway here.
you're thinking top of B?
I think so.
I think that's probably where I'd put it too.
Yeah.
Then we move on to yellow games, which I always think of Bunny Kingdom. I'm like, oh, yellow's got a great logo. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, not really. I just really love Bunny Kingdom.
Yeah, I always thought that Yellow had a good logo as well, but it's fine. It's not
Good.
bad. It's
It's just
yeah,
a black
probably
circle with letters and a nice swish, but yeah,
yeah,
it's
I don't know. It probably kind of goes down in the bottom B or possibly C tier.
I guess yeah, Madigo and yellow. They're kind of both the same
They're
color.
almost the same kind of feel.
I think I kind of like Madigo better, just with the
I would
cat.
agree. Kind of
Yeah,
fits in there like the painter guy fits into
yeah,
the R of
yeah.
restoration.
So I think
Granted, I guess I don't know what a cat has to do with.
I don't
I guess
know.
I don't know. Maybe that's Madigo is the name for cat, and
Metagato. I do not know. So maybe we'll consider moving Madigo up here. But moving on to Burnt Island Games. This is a really nice logo. I
I
love it
really like this one.
whenever I see it.
Yeah, this is one of my top ones as well.
I
I
would
really like this logo a lot.
I'd put it right up there, right to the front of S tier. Although it doesn't really get the shine, it's kind of cramped in there. I'll just put it in the middle then. But yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, that one's really, really good.
Oh boy, Adam's Apple's gotten some trouble here with the background.
Yeah, yeah.
Adam's Apple written there is in kind of dark gray blue. It's a pretty cool logo, kind of
It is
like
a pretty good one.
got
From yeah.
some.
Obviously, from what it looks like here, it maybe doesn't look the greatest, but on the actual boxes, it does look pretty good, I think. I think it would definitely,
I,
for sure, be in B, if not, maybe could get into A, maybe. Maybe it's not that good. I'm
I
trying
think
to
a high B or
think.
mid B, wherever it fits here without messing with the whole grid of things. There we go. Yeah, let's put it up there. Ooh, breaking games. This one's just letters. It's some cool letters, it's not just plain one color, whatever. It's got some gradient, some mix in there. But it is
Yeah,
just letters, and I don't think that can be that high when you have some things that are like really cool artwork.
I would agree.
I'd say this is like B or C.
Yeah, I'd put it down in the C. I don't think it's quite to the D, but yeah, it's fine. But I don't know, like I look at the Cosmos, which is just letters, and uh, for me, it just the Cosmos does so much more as a logo on there than the Breaking Games for me.
Yeah, just trying to fix this board. Yeah, that's true. Ooh, Gray Fox Games, which is kind of like a tag here. It kind of curves a little bit. I think that's a cool look for it. I like the shape. It's very professional looking. It's not too complicated. I like red. It's a good color. Um, I don't know, the
For some,
fox isn't like that interesting. Um,
I would agree.
yes, I've never really looked at the fox itself until probably right now. Cool, but it's like
Trying to
the
remember.
times like these where I'm like, has that always been what the fox looked like?
I think it is. Yeah, for some reason. Of course, I used to have the ones right behind me, but we've moved things around, so I'm trying to remember. For some reason, I was thinking that this always seemed like a little overwhelming or a little bit like too much on the game, like or took up too much room, but I might be remembering that wrong on the box. Like it seemed like a
We got this. It's right there.
okay, I guess that's not that bad.
Too bad. Oh, it's just taking up the whole box. My
For some
God.
reason, I thought it was bigger. I don't know why,
Maybe on a different game.
but yeah, I think it's fine, good enough, but
I would say it's better. I'd say it's B tier.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Say it's on the level of like maybe a Thunderworks or something. Okay, what do we got? Dire Wolf. Dire Wolf Digital, however you would say that. I'll zoom in here a little bit. This is filling up the whole screen. Um, it's like almost just with the white tracing of the wolf, it's like so much detail. It's a little busy.
It is a little busy. I think this one I might try to give it too much leeway because they put out a lot of really good games. Um, but yeah, I looking at it here, I'm like, it's not really as good as I kind of thought it was.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, that was a bit busy on there.
I'd say it drops down to at least a B, I think, for me.
Yeah,
Um,
and it might
it's
look
still
a little bit
cool.
better on the boxes. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
still cool. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's unique, and yeah, it's Direwolf, which is pretty cool.
Ooh, Renegade Games
Talk
Studio.
about classic.
Yes. Like that is it's just so pure, and I think it's mastered what its logo should be.
It almost looks like
Ooh.
some sort of computer thing, though.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's like a logo for like some computer app versus
Um,
an
well,
actual
yeah,
board game logo in a
that's
way.
true. That's true. Like I'm looking down, I'm looking at Chrome and different symbols on my computer here, and I'm like, yeah, that would fit right in there.
Granted, I suppose you could say maybe that same thing about Portal games.
Yep, yep. That could be any camera app. Ooh, Renegade. I don't know. I like it when they are something like that, when it's shiny, when it's 3D looking. Like now it's reminding me of like Thor's helmet in Ragnarok. He's kind of got the flaps there on the sides. That's what I'm seeing now, which is I don't think the intention.
I don't think that's what they were going for, but they might
No.
have been.
Ooh, where I think this might be an A. For me,
Okay.
I don't know.
I was thinking B, but
You
I
think
can
it'd
see
be
it being an A. It is one of those classic
it?
ones. I think we've had like I know there was a spot early on where I had a bunch of Renegade
That's
games,
true.
and they were kind of a go-to one. So they have kind of this soft
That's true.
spot in my heart.
That is probably.
So I feel like I
Looking
give them
at
a
the
little more
other ones
leeway.
in A, they probably do give a little bit more than Renegade. And now
Yeah.
Renegade, it's like when you say a word so many times it loses its meaning. I've been looking at it so long that now it's like losing it. I'm like, I'm losing the R. It's looking really weird now. So now it's like,
Now it's starting to look like a P.
yeah, it's looking like a P that's dodging a
Renegade.
punch or something. I don't know. And like looking at it versus, it's probably equal with, nah, I think I like it a little more than Restoration Games, but I don't know.
Trying to tell, like, do I see like some divide here in B? I feel
And
like
B,
there's like B1 and B2 possibly of games here, but I
that's
don't know which
true.
way I'd move
That's
them.
true. Might have to add an F tier. Move move some of the C's to D's and then the B's to C's. Might have to do that. Yeah, there might be a split there somewhere. Like, because like how is Super Meeple down? How is Super Meeple in the same category as Thunderworks Games? And now Thunderworks looks like it's partnered with Starling Games,
It does look
and
like
it helps it.
that.
It helps it.
It helps both of them. They've now become
And
S tier.
get the dire wolf in there too. Oh, yeah. Let's get there we go, the Pegasus. Now that's a banger right there.
There we go.
Oh boy. Ooh, Capstone. Now you're a big Capstone. Oh boy, I picked up Paverson. I swapped Paverson with Capstone somehow, sleight of hand. Ooh, Capstone is. I always like it. It always looks good on the box.
It does. I do like just very clean. Capstone Games CG,
Yeah,
just like a shield like logo or banner or whatever you want to. I don't know what it's supposed to be, I guess
yeah,
exactly, but
some
just
banner
very
thing.
clean. Looks good on a box.
It does look really good, and it stands out because it's like just so basic. It's like you could just get a template, like, oh, look on some editing app and like logo templates. And it's like that would come up. And it's like that's what the logo is, but everything, a lot of other ones just try to be so crazy. Like you're looking at Lucky
It's
Duck
true.
Games. What is even going on there? Alley Cat's got a ton of things. Capstone's just like we're just a majestic banner with a nice red.
That's
Um,
true. Is it S tier though?
I don't think it's S tier. I mean, by itself, I think it looks better on the box than it looks here.
I would
I
agree.
think on the box I would put it A, but looking at it here, I would put it B.
That's
But
kind of what I was thinking. I don't know why, but it does look a lot cleaner on the box.
yes.
So I think I can go an A.
Yeah, we'll put it in A. Give it that respect. Ooh, the one we have compared to so many others, Ravensburger, that little corner on the box.
Should they have stayed with that, or should they have used a different color corner for their board games?
Ooh, that's true, because this they make puzzles, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they kind of have that on their puzzles, and you're wondering if they
If
should
they
have
should have went
changed
with
it.
another color.
I'm so used to it as blue, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, to always have that, even
I
if it was
don't
matched with the kind of colors of the game.
I don't think it works with board games as well as it probably does with puzzles.
Yeah, I don't think so. I, I mean, I've
I
grown
mean,
to,
it looks clean. It reminds me a little bit of Cosmos, but
yeah.
I just don't think it works the same way because, yeah, like you said, for some games maybe it works, and then for others it can be really bad.
I'd put it down in C, maybe even D sometimes, because sometimes it can be really annoying.
I would agree. I
I,
think
I,
there are times where it's just awful.
I'll put it down. I'll put it down in D.
Oh my goodness!
Put it down there. Need some company. Ooh, Stronghold Games. This one's changed a little bit. I think this is the most recent. I like the one with a little more detail in the colors, like where it looks like a sunset. It's more orangey, shiny. I like shine, not just basic 1, 2 color. But this is pretty good and looks like a stronghold. It's not a complicated thing to convey. They do it well. I don't know.
This
It's
has been this has been one
okay.
that I've never really. I don't know. There's something about it that I don't love. I don't know what it is because it is. I mean, it is unique. It not just Stronghold Games. It does have that Stronghold Castle on there. I don't know if it's the color choices that maybe I just don't like the combo of. The I don't know.
I don't know. Is it like just the angle, how it's kind of a weird from underneath look?
It could be
Weird
that.
slantedness. I don't know. Yeah, I
I don't
wouldn't
know.
put it in S or A. Probably put it in B. Uh,
Yeah, I'd probably personally put it in C, but
yeah,
I'm fine with putting it in B.
yeah. Oh, Madigo is looking better and better here. Yes, we're moving that up to B. Ooh. Days of Wonder. Another one with kind of just letters, very similar to like a Breaking Games or something like that. But the fact that it's on that juicy blue rectangle right in the center bottom of every box, I love it. I love
I
this
love this one too.
logo. I love this logo. I think that may be the only very basic letters logo that has a chance of S tier.
Well, we got Simon. Oh,
I mean, that's not so basic. You got a bunch of symbols in those letters.
that's true. It doesn't say cool. If it said cool mini or not, then it would not be on the top. It would not be S tier if that's what that said.
Yes,
Um, I don't think. I don't think. I'd have to see it, but I don't think that it would. Uh, yeah, this one is awesome.
it is.
It's a very solid one. It works. I know there's probably people that don't, like you said, because it is. I mean, it's decent size on some of these boxes, and it
Yeah.
maybe doesn't always fit the best. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think. I've never minded it, but
I've never.
if someone didn't like it, I think it would
I
be
gotta,
like stand out like a sore thumb kind of thing.
I gotta go look at my ticket to ride. The
Wow.
box.
Wow, 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 wow. Oh yeah, we got a ticket to ride right behind me. Oh my goodness, Pepper. Sometimes it's not actually front and center. Look at this.
Oh my gosh. They're covered.
Wise of the wise of wonder.
Wise of wonder. Wiseness. Yeah, it's right there. It's not as much of this light blue as I'm seeing on the computer here.
Hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. It's starting to get hurt. Thought it was a little shinier as well on there. I love the
Maybe it
shine.
is. Maybe it is on the like Five Tribes. I
Oh,
think that
yeah,
one's got some shine to it.
I think so. So, but it's still a great one. Still a
It
great
is.
one. Ooh, and the final one for today, Stone Meyer Games. So we started up at S tier, as we do with all of these. What do you think? You're the Stone Meyer. You're the Stone Meyer stand here.
I know, and I'm trying to think. I really do kind of like that classic hexagon. Um, and I feel like the hexagon has been used a lot for things, and I'm trying to be like, did Stonemaier use it first, or has it always just been used a lot and it's overused?
Ooh, that's true. I don't see any others in here.
Oh, not
I
like
mean, not for
logos
these.
wise.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking to see if anyone else has any hexagons. But yeah, there are
Um,
a lot of things that do use hexagons, and I makes sense for them. Board games. We got a lot of hexagons in board games. It is. This one does look. I think they do change it a little bit for each of their boxes.
I
I
would
think it
agree.
looks really nice on the boxes.
I
Not
would
as
agree.
nice. It's another one, not as nice when you just look at it, the file here.
I would agree. I think on the boxes though, I think they also change or do yeah, they change color, right?
I think it's like white on a lot of them, on like Between Two Castles. I'm like, there, no, what? Between Two Castles is the one that comes to mind. I don't know why, and that one just looks so nice. Ah, yeah. It's not distracting at all.
Yeah, it's a very solid one.
It's a good one.
And
It's
I've got a bunch of shirts with it on it. Oh, a
yeah.
sweatshirt with it on it too. It is a very good logo.
Is it S? Is it S tier?
I think it is S tier.
Okay, I was thinking A or S. Um, so yeah, that is. So what do we got? We got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Eight S tier entrants. So maybe we won't carry those over from video to video because some would get old. I guess are they all
Could get pretty full.
still S tier? Do you think?
I I really like all of those ones. The more that I look at Funtails, I might put that into S tier though. I
That
don't
is
know what it is about it.
that is really good. I got it on my clipboard. It was one of the first stickers I had from Glenmore 2. Yeah, I mean, I like
And
Funtails
kind of
more.
Portal. Portal is maybe jumping a little bit for me too. I don't know.
Yeah, I like Funtails probably more than the rest in there, other than maybe Portal. But Portal's so good with the Cosmos. Wait a minute. Does Cosmos fit in this little sliver here? That will decide whether Cosmos makes it. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It ruins everything.
He stays down in A tier. But I do really like Portal as well. For being such a bright orange, uh, it just works. So A has been gutted here. Maybe some of the B's would end up going to the A's, but
Yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe like those first five or so Bs
yeah.
kind of to me stand out. I guess you would probably say the Super Meeple one, but
Oh yeah,
I
let's
was
see.
kind of thinking those five.
Cosmos to the end. Yeah, and they're equally full. And get some of those better B's in that A. I like that. And then we have a nice 10 at the top, our official top 10 of these 50 logos. But there's a lot of logos we did not cover. We have over 100 more logos saved up So stay tuned for future episodes for sure.
Yes, and like I said, let us know in the comments below what your favorites are, especially if we didn't mention them here. We're gonna try to get as many as we can, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of them out there. And yeah, for some we do have games. For other ones, we don't have games from them. I think we just kind of looked at some different publishers as well that maybe we don't even have games from, but
Yeah.
had some interesting ones I know that we looked at. But if anyone's got ones to suggest, we'd love to see those too, especially if there's something that you know are not like a well-known, more well-known ones.
Yes. Yes,
So,
for sure.
yeah. Otherwise, yeah, subscribe so you can see those future ones when they come out. But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.